So I enrolled into an accelerator program. I feel pretty excited overall, but I know that I'm gonna be really uncomfortable, really scared, unsatisfied. There's gonna be fear involved. Yeah, scared and fear, synonyms. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. A bit of context for this accelerator. Uh, it's basically I basically just got off the call, like finalizing everything, like making the payment, um, and all that. But the accelerator is to accelerate your job hiring process. I think I can share that. Well, I mean, I haven't even started the program yet, but so I can't really share much, even if I wanted to. But yeah, accelerating the job search process, and honestly, like the main reason why I wanted to do it was, well, there's several reasons. Accountability, kind of doing this in a community setting. I've been doing job hunting alone for as long as I for that's the way I've been doing job hunting alone. And I'm like, let's change things up a little bit. Let's do it in a community. Um, and by kind of paying for something, right? A program, you have resources available to you, and I wanted to leverage that, right? Because now it's like someone's job to kind of be a coach for me, and um, and that's very different than asking for someone for like a resume review, because it's like that's more of a favor. It's not, they're gonna give you some time, but they can't give you a lot. Whereas when it's someone's job, then it's like, okay, now they're really looking. Um, Now they're really looking at it. Kind of going on a tangent in terms of why I chose to do the accelerator or not. But the main thing I wanted to really talk about was this exciting feeling. Like I feel super excited right now. I plan to start on Saturday. That's kind of that's what we've communicated. But I know for a fact that I'm going to feel very uncomfortable soon, very unsatisfied. And I see this pattern so many times. For context, I recently graduated from the University of Toronto, and every single semester, that same excitement, right? Like, this is going to be my semester. I'm going to shine. I'm going to do the best I can, right? I'm filled with excitement. And then a day before school starts, I'm like, oh man, I gotta fix my sleep schedule. I gotta do this, that. And then I kind of like, then I'm like, maybe I don't want to do this, right? So that excitement plateaus, and then I feel excited again once the first day hits. The first week, I'm like, oh my god, I'm learning so much. I feel so smart. And then the assignments start kicking in. Midterms come, test, and you get the marks back a few weeks in, and you're like, oh, I don't feel very smart anymore. I don't feel very motivated to do this. I feel very unsatisfied. I feel very uncomfortable with this, right? Despite the fact that I paid a lot of money for this institution. The money's already there. All that's gone. I'm like, well, why am I feeling this way? Why do I feel so unsatisfied? Why do I feel so unmotivated to continue doing? And I'm moving on. And I'm like, okay, well, now I feel unmotivated, so now I'm just going to stop and try finding something else, right? And I get busy with extracurriculars, hanging out with friends. So still doing like pretty, like I did okay. Um, I say okay, but I feel like, yeah, like I'm gonna say I did okay, right? Overall, I did I did put in my effort, absolutely, but I could have done better, right? But I didn't, and I think a part of the reason was that I kind of took that uncomfortable feeling, that unmotivation, whatever that feeling is, and I took it very. I think I am. think I ran away from feeling uncomfortable, ran away from those emotions, didn't really accept them. And I looked around for things that would make me feel more comfortable, whether that's following my favorite story, right? Reading, watching Netflix, whatever show, anime, whatever there was, hanging out with friends, doing extracurriculars, and getting praised for that, and that made me feel good. Um, yeah, did a lot of extracurriculars actually. Whatever activity, like I'd like just running away from that uncomfortable feeling, and then moving on to new things, right? Whatever shiny thing I saw next, whatever excited me next, and right. So I described this like excitement at the beginning, this plateau when the first day is about to hit, then excitement again, feeling so smart and everything, and then a complete slump, like just when things are just not going well. And to deal with that slump, I run away from it and try looking for that next excitement, that next thing. Now I want to kind of go about this in a different way. I've learned my lesson, throughout university and even before university, high school, middle school, elementary school. I think a part of me had this ability before, but I think I've lost it somewhere along the way in my journey of life. And that's the ability to embrace uncomfort, embrace that ambiguity, that fear, that unsatisfied feeling. Embrace it. Don't try to run away from it. No one forced me to do university. I chose that for myself. And even if someone is forcing me to do something, right, forcing me to university, hypothetically speaking, it is my choice at the end of the day. I get to do university. I don't have to, right? It's not like a need, it's I get the opportunity. And so that uncomfortable feeling is just like a natural emotion to feel when you face something ambiguous, when you don't know how to do something, when you're stuck on a problem, when you don't understand what you're being taught in class, when you're confused, maybe your marks have kind of went a bit down, maybe, I don't know, whatever, maybe whatever, it can be whatever reason, but you feel uncomfortable for some reason. And rather than running away, now what I'll be doing is I'm actually embracing that uncomfort and looking for ways to still persevere despite that uncomfort. Accepting it, first of all. Acceptance, that's the one thing I've learned a lot through just general practice of meditation. Accepting emotions, and it's so insightful for me to know that this practice of meditating is so applicable to things like embracing uncomfort in a school or learning setting. I don't know, I find that parallel or that connection so amazing. But I'm going on about embracing uncomfort, but now I'm not sure, like what practical steps can I take to embrace uncomfort? Well, that's a good question. Honestly, this is me talking right now, and now I gotta see if I can actually persevere when that feeling hits. I want to kind of record it on a video because I feel like it's a cyclic pattern, and that cyclic pattern of whenever I hit that slump, I'm like, oh, I can't do it. I can't do it. And I'm like, okay, sure, maybe I'll face that slump even with this accelerator program that I've just gotten into. But that doesn't mean that I can't do it. That doesn't mean I have to stop and look for something else. That just is a normal process of learning. You have to feel uncomfortable to actually then be like, hold on, so why am I feeling uncomfortable? And how can I address this? It's how you break the barrier of going from not understanding something to understanding something, and then eventually, I don't know, fully applying it, teaching it to others, really embracing that knowledge and owning it. So honestly, that's what I wanted to talk about today. Again, it's scary, kind of knowing that feeling like you'll never, feeling very lost, or you're not gonna be able to do it right. For me, that feeling of loss, not being able to do it, was in university. Like having that cycle of every semester just kind of being the same. Whenever that slump would hit, just kind of not really like observing, like how do I say this? Kind of just like admitting defeat, or like just giving up. Sure, a slump will hit. Sure, things will go. Sure, there may be things that go out of my control, but does change what I can control, and like how I process my emotions, how I can accept uncomfort, embrace it, how I can persevere despite feeling that way, and yeah, yeah. I'll leave it at that. I'll leave it at that. You're never alone on this journey. It's hard for me to know that all the time. I'm grateful that this accelerator program does have coaches that will be checking in and that will be talking with you. I think that's a nudge, a little push that I really, really need, and I'm hoping that this can work out. Yeah, yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much for listening to my rant. Well, I hope you take care. Okay? Have a good day. If I can just close this video. Hold on. Let me try that one more time. Have a good day.